This unassuming building is the office of the National Gas Company's Operations Center and Oversight Facility in Independence Village, Stann Creek District. This entire compound is situated basically right next door to the port of Big Creek, and it was strategically placed there. This location allows for Belize to have its first marine LPG terminal. The country's international LPG suppliers can ship monthly quantities of the cooking gas to provide stable and uninterrupted access for consumers.
It all really starts by the dockside in the port of Big Creek. There, a ship comes every 4 weeks, 4 to 5 weeks, depending on the consumption for that month. And it brings about 1.2 million gallons of LPG. And when I say LPG, I mean it brings two separate products. It brings butane and it brings propane. It docks there. We will then connect to that ship with our hoses.
The terminal is directly connected to the facility's 19 mega tanks through a series of underground pipes that were constructed with safety and durability in mind. This facility has to be insulated as best as possible from the risk of an industrial fire, since over 1 million gallons of highly flammable fuel are stored here.
From there to our main facility where our tanks are is about 1,500 feet of pipeline. We have 8-inch line, 6-inch line, and they go underground and then they come to our facility. Belize doesn't necessarily have building codes for an LPG facility. We had to look to the US codes. There's one in particular called the NFPA 58, National Fire Protection Association. Code 58 is specific for LPG. At our facility, the propane goes into its own batch of tanks and the butane goes into its own batch of tanks. We have 6 tanks dedicated for butane and we have 12 tanks dedicated for propane. So after that, those products are blended and they're put into what we call the blend tank.
The blend that the operations manager is referring to is the legally regulated mix of 70% propane and 30% butane that you should be getting. If a company is pumping a higher percentage of propane into your tank, you aren't getting fair value. If your mix doesn't have 30% butane, your gas will run out faster. Another important detail is that the National Gas Company doesn't sell directly to you, the consumer. As the importer, they sell to the butane companies, which retails to you whenever you call one of them to refill your tank.
We have a specific system that's for blending, and that does it according to what the Belize Bureau of Standards dictates. In our case, we're allowed to blend 70-30 or 70% propane and 30% butane. Now, if a customer requires a different blend, they'd have to go through the Belize Bureau of Standards to get that. When a customer makes an order, then we'll know how much product to blend. Blending starts at the blend skid, which is on our left over there. And the device basically has some of the most accurate meters that are available. They're called micromotion Coriolis meters. And those detect the exact amount of product, and it also compensates for temperature and pressure. Those meters are there to make sure that we get the right accuracy rather than some false figure that might be misleading.
Those micromotion Coriolis meters are the most expensive pieces of equipment on this compound, but National Gas invested heavily in them as a key oversight and consumer protection feature.
They do real-time calculation on the exact amount of liquid that's passing through there, if it's liquid or if it's in a gas phase. And then it also looks at the temperature and pressure and says, this is exactly what went into the customer's truck. Not less, not more, it's a fair amount. And that's standard to 60 degrees Fahrenheit. There is not one other device that's more expensive than that on the compound.
NGC also has a delivery service that is used for customers who meet a certain threshold.
Larger customers who order 10,000 gallons or more, it's our trucks who actually go and do that delivery. Smaller trucks that are about 2,200 gallons and up are the ones that actually come to our facilities to do purchasing.
All of the company's main functions and features, including its real-time vehicle fleet tracking system, is done from its control room.
The control room is our main hub of information. Basically, all activities are approved through here. Some of our main functions here, apart from making sure we keep things safe, is also to keep things on track, on schedule. A big part of our relationship is not only receiving product, but it's getting it to our customers. We have a schedule that people are expecting product to be on a specific day at a specific time. So our control room operator here basically monitors our trucks. We have our fleet tracking system, which is this screen over here. And on that screen, you'll be able to see that it tells you the location of your trucks. It tells you what time was the last time that they passed a specific point, if they stopped, how long did they stop. And then it allows for the control room operator to be able to call that person up and say, hey, what's up? What's going on? I noticed you stopped for more than 5 minutes. Is everything okay?
We know exactly where the truckers will start. We go based by the schedule. Along with that basically schedule of where exactly we're going to send product. If there's any changes, they would notify me based on an email, and from there I would update the schedule, call the drivers.
All 3 facilities, before a truck could even receive product, the control room has to be the one to actually press that final button. The operators will call and say, hey, we're ready to load. He'll be able to see here if the truck is connected. He'll verify verbally with the guys over the radio or over the phone, and then he'll give that final press of a button. From here, he's able to see the amount of product that is in each tank in each facility. So if they're consuming product, even before they call and say they need more product, he'll be able to send a truck to a facility because they need it. He can see that they need it.
Reporting for 7 News, Daniel Ortiz.